Moving along, social media is mourning the 30th birthdays of Breonna Taylor and Tyre Nichols, both victims of fatal encounters with the police. Breonna Taylor, a dedicated, aspiring nurse, was shot during a botched no-knock raid in her Louisville apartment. Tyre Nichols, a young father, was beaten to death by officers during a traffic stop in Memphis. The community is determined to honor their lives and demand justice for the unfair treatment of Black individuals by the police. Tributes and events, including a celebration with live music, food trucks, and a skate park tribute, are being held to remember their legacy.
And Monday would have been specifically Breonna's 30th birthday, a time when you should be celebrating a milestone. And God bless her mother, who is still fighting the good fight. They took the moment to introduce a campaign down there in Kentucky, in Louisville, Kentucky. It's called the Stop Cameron campaign. That is the Attorney General who seemed to have gotten in the way of justice. A lot of folks feel like he mishandled the Breonna Taylor case, but they're going to train people to canvass, to train them in election procedures in hopes to unseat this Attorney General. And it just speaks to the wide stretch of this Breonna Taylor case and how this family continues to honor her legacy with a different approach with bringing about justice. It's unseating the people who they feel they didn't get justice from.
That's right. And you know what? It's great that the community is working together to make sure that their lives are not in vain, that their deaths, mean something.
Right.
And that something meaningful comes out of the tragedy here. We know that there are a lot of eyes on the Memphis Police Department right now, including the Department of Justice, looking at patterns and practices there. We know that the Tyre Nichols case really also helped to spark a conversation about these special units in police departments across the country. We talked about the Scorpion unit in Memphis that was that was a part of his death. And so lots of possible reforms, but you're right, Daniel Cameron, who's running for governor of Kentucky, for everybody that understands the injustice of Breonna Taylor, time to organize and mobilize and make your voice known in that upcoming election.
Isn't it sickening? You were just mentioning all those cases. Isn't it sickening how they're happening still so frequently that you can barely keep up with them? I mean, this situation down with the mom in Florida just blew me away. And, as journalists, we're in the thick of it, but it just overwhelms me to have to keep up with all of these cases and the fallout. It's just devastating.
And look at how much stuff is coming out of Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, how many stories need to come out of Florida before we say, wait a minute, is that really who we want to be as a country, right? And so, right now you have Ron DeSantis running for president. Running for the Republican nomination for president. And, he hasn't been shy about saying he wants to make America Florida.
Yeah.
Well, depending on a lot of the cases that we're reporting on, is that something that we really want?